Ms. Winston, you're here suing your adopted son, Mr. Samuels, for the cost of an airline ticket that you purchased for him and he did not come to the event. I want to backtrack a little bit and tell me about the family history that you have here.
Okay, Your Honor. So I adopted Maxwell when he was 3 years old. His parents were friends to my husband, Patrick, and I. They died in a car accident.
I'm so sorry.
So we did not want him going into foster home, foster care, because you never know what happened to him. So we adopted him. I also have 3 other biological children, which were older than him. We loved him. We took care of him as he was one of our own. He just was 18. He just up and left.
You didn't detect a problem before that moment? Because if one of my kids disappeared, I would think they were abducted.
Right.
But was there any problem beforehand that might have given you an indication that he was unhappy?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So what happens? You lose touch with him entirely?
So I lost totally in touch with him. Did not hear from him, but he kept in touch with my other children.
Okay.
I finally did get in touch with him one time. That's how I got to talk to him and wanted him to come to the family reunion we were having. So I offered to buy him a first-class ticket. He did say okay.
How long had you two not talked to each other before that happened? How many years? Was it years or was it?
He left at 18. I didn't talk to him again until he was about 23.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. All right, so go on.
And so when I finally did talk to him over the phone, I asked him would he mind coming to the family reunion, and I'll buy him a first-class flight ticket there and back from Boston.
That was by text? Or by
it was
on
by
the telephone?
Text.
Okay.
And I do have the text, the flight confirmation.
And did he agree to go?
Yes, he did say okay.
Okay.
He said he didn't want to go, but he said okay. So I assumed that was acknowledging that he would come once I offered the flight ticket for him.
Okay.
Okay. And so then he never showed up for the family reunion.
And did you ever communicate with him and say why didn't you come?
No, I haven't communicated with him after I bought the ticket, Your Honor.
Nobody ever asked him why didn't he come?
No.
Okay. So your first communication with him is come to the family reunion, and your next communication is to file this lawsuit.
Yes.
So let me hear from you.
No, I did. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I did text him after that.
What did he say?
Here's proof. I said, Max, did you not take the flight? He said, no, I did not. I said, why? He said, I never said I would. I said, you agreed to come. He said, no, I did not. You got me this flight, and I never planned on flying, nor did I agree to come to the reunion.
Do you truly, as a mother, not have any idea what's going on with your son? And what his anger is about, or what his frustration is about?
No, I do not.
You don't? Okay, so let's see if we can elucidate that a little.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Mr. Samuels. What's going on?
Growing up, I always felt like I didn't get as much love from my adoptive mother as she showed to my other siblings. I always felt like the black sheep of the family. It felt more like to her raising me was more of an obligation, and there was nothing else there.
What made you feel that way?
It's just the differences in the ways we were treated. I have
how
multiple...
so? Be more specific so I can envision it.
Yes, Your Honor. So there are multiple instances that I can go over. I think one of the first ones that really stood out to me is like when I was younger, I went to a sleepover and I was bullied there. So I had tried to get in contact with my parents. I was asking if they could come and pick me up, and their response was simply like, I'm tired.
Did you ever see them pick up your siblings from any play dates if there were problems?
Yes, if there were problems, they were always right there in a flash.
How was your father?
My father, he was more or less the same. My 2 older brothers, when they turned 16, my father took them on a hunting trip. But, when it came my time, it wasn't even brought up.
Did you bring it up?
No, Your Honor, I just...
Did you ever bring up, I feel like I don't belong here? You guys treat me differently. Did you ever bring that up with them?
Well, this is truly an emotionally charged case. At times, it's not easy to raise your own children that you're related by blood, yet alone raise someone you're not related to. I do believe you have to possess certain qualities, and you have to be built differently to love someone as much as you love your own children, someone who's not your blood relative. And honestly, I applaud this woman for merely trying. That being said, him moving out when he turned 18 and her not communicating with him for over 4 years. She said he moved out when he was 18 and they did not speak until he was 23. Just let that sink in. That was, I would say, 4-5 years of zero communication between the two of them. And as a mother, wouldn't you just want to jump on a plane, be wherever he is, and try to figure things out? Try to see what went wrong, what you can fix as a mother. You are the adult in this relationship, and he lives by your example. So just jump on a plane, go and try to talk things through with your stepson. Back into the courtroom.
Is he accurate that there were that he was treated a little differently, that maybe by the time he came around you weren't exactly attending stuff, or he felt that way? Did you ever have any idea that he felt that way?
No, Your Honor. He did not say anything.
He says that he did mention, well, how is it you don't come to my events, but you went to all my siblings'
I
events?
do not remember him saying anything to us as far as us not showing up.
Okay, can I ask you this? Because if one of my kids disappeared and then my other kids say, oh, I'm talking to her, I would be on the first flight to wherever my kid was and make them talk to me. Like, what happened there that you guys didn't talk to each other in all those years from 18 to 20?
For my daughter, Brittany, because she was talking with him, they never told me exactly where he was in Boston.
Did you ask?
Yes, I did, but she didn't say.
Wait, you said, Brittany, exactly where is he? And she said, like, how did that go down? Like, I just don't understand.
He never wanted to talk to us again. And I felt like this was the only way that I could get to see my child.
All right, so you get this text from her where she talks about you coming to a family reunion.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your response to her?
She texted me out of the blue, so my first thought was it's surprising. I hadn't even got so much of a text from her for like birthdays or Christmas. So when
did you ever try reaching out to her? Did you change your number and she didn't know how to reach you? Or
I definitely did not change my number.
So what effort did you make to reach out to him during all those years?
He did not have the same number. His number did change, because if his number didn't change, I would have been reaching out to him, trying to get.
Well, I don't know that
help.
I believe that, because somebody in your family had contact with him, and it's not like you pushed to have contact with him. But in any event, you say you didn't hear from her. Did you ever try to reach out to them?
No, Your Honor.
Did you ever explain to them why you cut them out of your life?
No, Your Honor. I did keep in contact with my siblings, however, and I told them how I felt.
So did you keep in touch with all of your siblings?
I did. I am very
so
grateful
today,
for
do you
them.
still keep in touch with your siblings?
Yes, Your Honor. I am very close with my siblings.
What do they say to you when you tell them that? No, you're wrong, you're crazy, or do they say, yeah, I see it too?
Yeah, my siblings, they were very supportive, and when I broke it down to them and I told them how I felt, they were like, I see it. I can tell. It just wasn't the same. Your Honor, when I think about it, I'm sorry. It
I understand, but we need to get through this, because I have a lawsuit in front of me.
You're right.
Because instead of saying no, here's what you said.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it certainly wasn't yes. Hey, Maxwell, it's been a while since the family has been together, and the family reunion is coming up, so we wanted to ask if you want to fly out for it. We will pay for a first-class flight for you round trip. Your answer is, okay, you can do what you want, but I don't really want to go. It's not a yes and it's not a no.
Right.
Why did you do that? Because then when she sends you the flight information, you say, got it.
Got it.
So she thinks you're coming.
Well, Your Honor, I did let her know that I got the confirmation for the flight, but as I said before,
You don't think that
did
leads
not.
her to believe you're going?
No, Your Honor, because
Well, in any event, when he said got it, you had already purchased the ticket. You had already purchased the ticket, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So really, what I have to look at is what comes out of his fingers, because it's by text, before you purchase the ticket. Because your argument in court is, Judge, we have a contract. I agreed to purchase a ticket if he agreed that he would come. So we're going to look at the text that happened beforehand.
Yes, Your
because
Honor.
that's the only thing that could be an impetus for you buying the ticket.
Yes, sure.
So he says got it, and then when he doesn't get on the plane, he doesn't come to the reunion, you then contact him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he says, I was never going to go. Let's see.
I have the
Max,
text.
did you not take the flight? No, I did not. Why? I never said I would. You agreed to come. No, I did not. You got me this flight, and I never planned on flying, nor did I agree to come to the reunion. When you say to him, it's been a while, We wanted to ask if you wanted to fly out. We will pay for bribe him with a first-class seat. And he says, okay, you can do what you want, but I don't really want to go. Why do you take that as a yes and then run out and purchase tickets?
And I agree with Judge Millian. It was not clear whether he wants to go. It actually sounded to me more than he doesn't want to go. And as a mother, wouldn't you want to question him a little bit more about what is really going on? Why do you feel the way you do? Just come over. Let's figure things out together. We're going to have a great time. We're looking forward to seeing you. None of that has been said. Yet she just went out of her way and purchased the tickets without his consent, basically, and sent it over to him, expected him to board that plane. Do I blame him for not doing it? I don't think so. Based on everything that we heard so far and his siblings agreeing with him that yes, he was treated differently, made me feel like he's right. Let's go back.
Why don't you just say no, thank you for the offer, but I really don't want to go, rather than, okay, you can do what you want.
When she sent me that message before, as I said, it caught me off guard. I wasn't really in my right mind.
So don't answer yet, it's a text.
I replied
There's no
to the
off guard
text.
on a text. You can answer 3 hours from now.
You're right, Your Honor.
Right. Why do you email her, got it?
In my opinion, I felt like if the affection was really there, she would have followed up with more than what she just said. If I said, okay, I got the flight, maybe she would be like, we're looking forward to seeing you or something. There was none of that.
So you were keeping your options open, and it was the coldness that you received after that made
Yes, Your Honor.
no. So, but don't you think that she was making an overture by inviting you?
It was more of like a gift situation. So I let her know that I got it, but I didn't feel like I needed to go into more detail.
Did you feel like she was doing this for show?
Yes, Your Honor. I definitely believe that she was doing that for show.
For the other relatives? Why? Had they been asking about you?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you know that?
My sister had actually told me that, and I do have the affidavit right here.
From your sister?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hand
she
it
couldn't
over.
be here today. She had work.
My name is Brittany Winston. I'm the only daughter of Lisa and Patrick Winston. Maxwell Samuels is my adopted brother. Our parents have mistreated him our whole lives. After he left, my brothers and I reached out to him and learned about how our parents treated him differently. My mother once explained to me that the reason she didn't give Maxwell the same physical attention as my brothers is because he's not blood related and it feels weird. You know, my job here is to figure out if the words you uttered were an agreement to come or weren't an agreement to come. That's really what I have to figure out. And then if you don't cancel a trip, you know, then you don't get any portion of it back because she doesn't know you're not going to go when you add the other email that says, got it, instead of saying, I said I'm not going. You know, and you don't say that because I think you were planning to go. If there had been a, I'm so looking forward to seeing you, baby, maybe we could put this all behind us, I think you would have gone. So I'm having trouble because I hear you and I empathize with your feeling, okay? But I still have to just call the balls and strikes in my courtroom, you see?
Yes.
And I have to decide whether you agreed for her to buy the ticket with your language or didn't. And when I see you writing an email that says, got it, and then I see you, you know, not saying, I'm not going, and then I see you not showing up, and then I see her saying, did you get on the plane? No, I told you I wasn't going. That's not really true. I think you were keeping your options open and wanted to go. I think that when you analyzed all of it, you just felt like it was more of the same. Mom claims that she wants to patch things up with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm supposed to look at your filing of a lawsuit in my courtroom as your way of showing maternal affection. You've got a kid who feels you don't love him. You don't have contact with him for 4 years. Your first contact isn't, can you and I talk? It's, can you come to a reunion where everybody else will see us? That's your first contact. And then it's not even like, I can't wait to see you, baby.
But I still love him. I didn't mistreat him.
So why do you come to court and sue him over the $758.90?
Because he agreed to come to the family reunion. If he wouldn't agree,
I'm going to rule in your favor. I'm going to stop. I'm going to rule in your favor. Does that make you happy?
No, it does not.
Right. Makes this whole thing worse, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Maybe he feels something you feel you didn't do, but for the love of all that's holy, how is it that you as a mother aren't on the first plane to Boston to fix whatever it is. He needs to know that it mattered to you. And you have a funny looking way of showing it coming into court and suing. So I'm going to rule in your favor. You're contractually correct. But your relationship with your son is going to be your responsibility.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, this is one of those decisions when I can see how Judge Millian had to abide by the law, but morally it did not sit right with her. And I can just sense that. It didn't sit right with me either. I have no idea what this mother was trying to accomplish by going to court with this. If she is looking to restore the relationship with her stepson, this was clearly the wrong step. And one thing that stuck with me through this whole hearing is when the stepson mentioned that in his conversation with his siblings, they mentioned to him she treated him differently because they were not blood related. I'm sorry to say, but those are weird words coming from a mother. It's not like he was brought into the family when he was a teenager or an older kid. He was brought into the family when he was only 3 years of age. It's at 3 years of age, children still need the mother, the warmth, the hugging, the proximity of parents. And them raising him from such a young age, and she still did not develop this attachment to this boy, strikes me as odd. This case just breaks my heart into so many pieces, just seeing this boy. My father-in-law was adopted too when he was about 11. He was adopted into the family, and he was telling me the same thing, that he never felt like he's related to them. He always felt like an outsider, but somehow because of his past and everything he's been through, he was able to just put it behind him. Then he moved to California and got married and had my husband, and now he's a happy retired grandparent. But I hear what this man is saying because I lived through it through my father-in-law. What did you guys think about this case? Do you think these two can patch things up and actually move forward as a family, or do you think it's forever ruined for the two of them? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you for watching.